Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. 2022, we in here. We are in here. We ain't actually reached 50K, but we rolling, and I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I know we're going to get there and beyond in 2022. So we're going to keep on pushing. We're going to keep on spreading this movement, man, this positive energy, and we're going to get where we need to be in 2022. Big things going to happen. I believe it. I speak it into existence. So, like I say always, check your status, man. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not, you know, just check your status and tell a friend to come over here and join us in 2022, man. We got this positive movement going on, and we want to keep it going on strong, and stronger in 2022. So hopefully all of y'all have went over to my other page as well, Banky Pound Pure Deliciousness, where we just cooking that good food over there, that good deliciousness. So y'all go over there and subscribe as well. Check me out. Come try some of these meals. Share them with your family. You know, sit down. It's a good thing to do at home to get some family time, to sit down and cook, eat, watch a good movie or something like that. So y'all check me out, man. We got Banky Pound Pure Deliciousness on YouTube. And right here, we got these 33 years of prison stories. So let's get it jumping for 2022. This is by popular demand, man. A lot of y'all dudes have asked for this video, and I'm gonna give it to y'all because I had a lot of experience with this dude, and a lot of people have heard of his name, especially out here in the Tidewater area or something like that. Y'all have heard the name Cupcake. Yeah, Cupcake. Well, let me start off by telling y'all that Cupcake won't nobody's cupcake. Believe that, you know. Believe that. I heard his name before I even got to prison. I heard his name in the jail. I used to hear people saying, you know, Cupcake this, Cupcake that. And I was the same way, like, Cupcake, what kind of name is Cupcake? Now, truth be told, I was around, you know, cake for years, and I still don't know why they call him Cupcake. I don't know where he get the name from. I never asked him. I never even inquired about it, man. I just know that's what his name was. That's what everybody called him, Cake. And he definitely ain't look like a cupcake, man. Definitely ain't look like now. You know, I can remember when I first met Cake. I would have to say 90. I think it was 1990. I got transferred, as y'all know, if y'all been keeping up with my stories. When I had the incident with Big Raymond, you know, I ended up getting transferred to Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg was the be-all, the end-all in the system at the time. This was before they had the Wallace Ridge, the Red Onion, the King Mountain, the Sussex 1, Sussex 2. This is supposed to be the high level security where, you know, all the dudes is getting in trouble or having violent incidents in prison. This is where they send you to. But before all of this, it was Mecklenburg. As I told y'all stories about Mecklenburg before, Mecklenburg was the highest security level that you could go to in the state of Virginia at the time. This is where you went when you got in trouble and stuff like that. They only had limited amount of beds. They only had, I think it was 300 and some cells up there, if I ain't mistaken. And a lot of that was death row. I think even over 100 and some of them was death row, which did not mix with the population. They couldn't mix with us, but we was able to see them sometime when they be in the caged in wreck when they come outside for wreck. But they didn't mix with us. And then you had the population that might have had maybe 100, 200 and some people on population, 100 and some, and the rest of them was in segregation, you know, back there in Seg where you ain't got nothing but you, your cell, your bed, and your sink, you know, back there where big old Hercules was. So that was Mecklenburg. So I told y'all when I first went on Mecklenburg, I was coming from segregation, so I had to go to segregation. So when I get in segregation, it just so happened that I'm back there and I'm in Seg. I'm in a part where Cake is at, right? So by the time I'm in there about a day or two, I heard, you know, somebody call his name on the gate. You know, hey Cake, hey Cake. They hardly call him. And when I first heard his voice and all the things I've heard about him, I'm wondering, you know, this Cupcake. And I heard his voice, man, and it just like threw me off because he got this big, straggly, rough voice. And he talked a lot like Bo Billy. He got a nasty mouth. I mean, a nasty mouth. So, you know, he might answer the dude, call him, yo, what you want, man? F you calling me for? You know, what you want? You know, so I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, they talk on the gate and everything, and I heard him talking, yeah, man, well, we got a wreck in a day or two. I'll see you outside for wreck, man. Don't be calling me, man. I'm down here doing stuff, man. Leave me the F alone. You know, all right, Cake, all right, you know. So I'm like, whoa. So I'm going to finally see this dude, Cupcake, everybody talking about. So by his voice and by his reputation of what I already heard about him, I'm expecting to see this big, huge, burly dude, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like 6'5", you know, built and everything. This is what I'm expecting because of his voice and because of his reputation, you know. And I'm thinking in my mind because the reputation with Cake was that he had got sent to Mecklenburg for a body. You know, he was supposed to have, you know, took somebody out, you know, put that Bethlehem in him, and they ceased to exist, man. I think it happened on either Buckingham or Powhatan. I'm not sure. But, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to get into all the details, but the word was, well, it wasn't even the word. It was actual and factual. They had got into an altercation on one of them institutions, man. And it resulted in someone losing their life. So he had a fresh body, you know, on white, you know, he was on Mecklenburg. He was walking around with whatever he came in the penitentiary for, which I'm not exactly sure about. Don't know if it was another body or whatever. But I know whatever he came in the penitentiary for, he ended up getting a homicide in prison. So, as I told y'all before, I don't care who you is, what you look like, what your race is, it doesn't matter. If you got a homicide in prison, then your name is automatically going to ring bells. Because people know now dealing with you, no matter what your circumstances is, no matter what you look like, no matter what your race is, they know you will take a life because you just took one. And they also know that you will take a life in these circumstances under these conditions. So when that is done and it's factual, then respect is going to be given no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody trying to die. Ain't nobody trying to get into no deadly altercation with nobody. And when you know somebody will go that way and they will take it to that level, then that's automatically commands respect. So now you got a lot of dudes that done got murders in the system. They done got bodies in the system, and by mistake, by fear, by whatever the circumstances may be. But it don't erase the fact that, you know, when it came down to it, you took a life. So dudes is automatically going to have to deal with you under those circumstances. So when they got to deal with you under those type of circumstances, then you automatically got to, you got to respect that. You got to respect that, and you got to deal with that. So that was the reputation that he had. And then, like I say, knowing all of that, hearing his voice and hearing the way he talked to people, my anticipation to see him, to put my eyes on him, to put a visual with this, persona that I heard about was, I was anticipating seeing him. So I can remember the next couple of days when they called for rec and they getting people to go out for rec, come and getting us and saying, I told you, they come, shake us down, strip search us, get us out the cell, handcuff us, and walk us all out the rec in a line, put us in a cage. We're in a little small cage that ain't nothing but a basketball court, surrounded by barbed wire fence in a cage, a whole basketball court, cement, little bench, something that you could work out in. And we usually can go out there when we in SEG maybe once a week for about an hour, sometimes hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on if they get busy doing something, don't come out there and get us. No matter what the weather is or whatever, you just stuck out there if you choose to go out the wreck. So we get out there, man, it's probably like 12 to 15 of us out there. So everybody is just getting uncuffed and getting put in the cage or whatnot, and we walking around. So me, I'm new, so I'm looking around. I'm trying to put, faces to voices that I done heard on the gate since I've been in here. Because, we locked up, dudes hollering and talking all night, conversating with each other or whatnot. So I'm trying to put these faces. So while I'm looking around, I'm looking for the biggest cat out there. I'm looking for who, And I'm looking, man, and you know, we got some decent sized dudes out there, but nothing to fit the voice of what I heard. Nothing to fit the persona of what I done already created in my mind. So I'm looking around, I'm like, well, maybe he ain't come out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he ain't come out. So dudes is walking around doing their thing. Couple of dudes will pick the basketball up, taking the shots or whatever. Other dudes is talking amongst each other. I'm on my own because I'm rolling solo. I don't really know nobody, and you know what I'm saying? That's how you do in the penitentiary. So then they started letting population out. So when they let population out, population is out, and they start coming to wreck. They like maybe 50, 60 feet away from us in the big yard, and you know, coming out there, fouling out, getting it wrecked. Now they loose, they can run all over the field. It's a big field out there. Well, not really big, but probably about the size of a football field the rec yard was. But everybody out there, they can play baseball, shoot horseshoes, jog, exercise, talk, you know, conversate amongst each other, whatever. Now they see us over there in SEG, and a lot of dudes has already been in SEG, that's been out on population, or that's already known. So dudes will come to the fence, and yet we yelling and hollering and speaking to each other, you know, from 60 feet away. This is what you got to do under these conditions. So dudes hollering, asking dudes when they gonna get out, when they gonna let you out, are you on the list to get out? Hey man, what's happening? How you doing? You need something back there? Because dudes will find ways to try to smuggle something and get something back there to you, you know what I'm saying, if they really mess with you. So I heard a dude holler, hey yo, Kate, what's up, man? And I'm looking around and I heard the big old voice, the big booming voice come out, yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm over here, man. What you got for me? And I look and I see the dude that's talking from the back. And I'm like, I know this ain't Cupcake. And then he keep on talking. The boy, yeah, man, they say I'm on the list. I'll be out, you know, next week, probably the next week. I don't know, man. You know how they be carrying it back here. So I can see the dude, right? So I'm looking at him. Now, this dude, man, is nowhere near what I had in my mind. He probably is about maybe anywhere from 5'11" to 6 feet, 6'1". He's slim built, probably about 160 pounds, 165. He ain't that big. He is black as a car tire. He's black as a car tire, and he got a bald head, small head, you know what I'm saying? But he cut up. Now, he cut up. But that's one thing about Kate. He ain't got no big muscles or nothing like that. He real slim. But he probably had, no, it ain't no problem. He definitely had the best six-pack on the whole compound. Man, the man's six-pack was cut up in blocks like blocks of ice. Because all he did later on that I found out after we got out on population together, all he ever worked out was his stomach. He'd get on the wheel, do stomachs, do sit-ups, do crunches. I ain't never seen him lift no weights, do nothing like that. He just always worked on his stomach. And that gave him this, you know, real decent six-pack. Plus he was slim. So yeah, he had a decent six-pack, and he was a tall, slim dude, man. It just did not fit what I had in my mind. But like I say, you got to already respect his gangster. You got to respect the fact that, you know, for lack of a other word, he's a killer. You know what I'm saying? And you got to deal with that. So I listened to the conversation, him chopping it up with dude. I seen the way he talked. I seen his persona. I could tell off the top he aggressive, you know. And he probably acting like that because, you know, his reputation. I don't know if he was like that before the incident or whatever. This may just always been who he was. But that was my first introduction to him, man. And yeah, I just remember looking at him, man, and he did not fit what I had in my mind. So, you know, like I say, you know, time went on, weeks and weeks or whatever. Cupcake getting out of SEG. He got out of SEG before I did. When I ended up getting out of SEG, he was in the block that was adjacent to my block. You had a block right here, then you had a block right here, then you got the booth in the middle. These two blocks connect, and that's how it was all over the compound. You go down the hall, same thing, 2 more blocks of booth, down this way, 2 more blocks of booth in each building. So he happened to be in the block right beside me. So I had a lot of interactions with him. So when we go out to rec together. You know, I ended up getting to know him down the line even more. We talk, we conversate, you know, because at that time I was into the gambling. I was gambling hard, you know what I'm saying? That poker, I told you that poker is the devil. I was playing poker a lot, fresh on the compound, you know what I'm saying, jump straight into the game, you know, bad decision, but that's what I was doing at the time. That's the way I was living. He was a poker player. He get in the poker game, you know, he talked pure trash. He was a poor loser. He lose, he mad, he throw cards, he rip cards, he cuss people out. And especially in the summertime, man, this was one of the craziest things about Kate. Like I told you, he had this six-pack, right? I think he had a Muslim name too. His real name, I think they called him, was Wakil, you know, but his nickname everybody knew him by was Cupcake. But I think his real name was Wakil. That was one of the Muslim names that he probably got his name legally changed somewhere down the line before I met him. But man, he'll get in them poker games, man, in summertime and stuff like that. Even sometime in the wintertime. Man, don't you know, this dude used to come outside with jeans on, boots, a jean jacket with no shirt on, and he had 2 knives, Bethlehem, stuffed in his pants. And usually when he come outside, he had a little coat button up till he get outside and the police gone, and he'll open that coat up and had them 2 Bethlehem sticking out when he go to play poker. And he'll lean over and tell him, dude, yeah, if I catch one of y'all cheating, I'm gonna pull these Mac 10s out, and I guarantee you when I put them back in, they gonna have some blood on them. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is a wild dude, man. But the crazy part was, he was dead serious. You know what I'm saying? He was dead serious. And he'll get to playing poker, man, and playing poker, and he get to losing hands, man. And man, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, man, I better not find out nobody cheating, man. Ain't no way in the world I keep losing all these goddamn hands, man. You know, and he might pull one of the Jones out to him. Yeah, all right. I'm telling y'all, put it back in and everything. So, like I say, the police, they was a little shook of them too. You know, they was a little shook up because, like I said, it's the same thing. You know, it just don't goes with convicts. It goes with police too. You know, he coming there with that tag on his name. You know what I'm saying? That he just, you know, got a body. So he talk aggressive and he act aggressive, and they know that. So they don't really want no beef with him neither. So he had a little, you know, standoffish way about him with the police because they ain't want to really deal with him. He might come out there and get pat down, and he'll just start walking away, so they won't be able to pat the knives or whatever, and they don't say nothing. Whereas if somebody else did it, hey, hold on, come on back, you got to get shook down. You know, so yeah, you had them dudes on there. Now you got to remember at this time too, we on the compound with us. Man, it's killers after killers. Everywhere you look, it's killers. You know, on this compound at this time on Mecklenburg, off the top of my head, I know you had Cupcake there, you had Pinky, you had Wink Wink, you had Bo Billy, you had Shorty Pimp, George Lee Flight, George McGee, Big Bo Dixon, Big Riddick, Block, you know, Southside Block, Mark Peace, Marty, Hercules, man, it's just so many, man. It's just so many, you know. And you might have had, at the same time, you might have had 3-4 people on there that already had bodies in the system. You had Cake had a body, he was there. You had, what his name was, you had the white dude, he had a body, he was there. I can't remember his name. He had a body too, yeah, white dude. He had all these bodies I'm talking about was in the system. Then you had Weo. Weo had the body on there. He had just recently killed the dude Andre. He on there with a body. So it was a dangerous atmosphere, man. A real dangerous atmosphere, and people knew that. So you had to carry yourself as if, you know, you ready for whatever, and you really actually had to be ready for whatever because it could jump off at any time. And 9 times out of 10, if it jump off, it's gonna be some Bethlehem play in effect. And ain't nobody just standing there slugging it out. You know, I can remember some knockdown fights on Mecklenburg, but I can't remember a whole lot of fights where it won't some type of Bethlehem play involved. Usually when somebody get into it on there, that's what it's going to result to because, like I say, if you go to the hole, ain't no telling when you're going to come out. It just ain't no telling because it might not even be no bed space, you know. So, like I say, it was a lot of tension on there, man. And then, at the time, You know, you had dudes like us. When I say us, because I was involved in this crazy madness at the time. This gambling. You know, we gambling. We playing poker. We playing Georgia skin. We shooting dice. So whenever you got those type of things that's going on, it's always going to be controversial because it's going to be loss of money and gain of money. And the people who lose the money going to be mad and looking for a reason to get into something. And the people who win the money is going to be happy and glad they won some money. So it's going to be tension right there. You know, then you got somebody that might want a buck and don't pay. You had Gangsta Slim was on there too. Gangsta Slim was known for not paying and known for come on with the drama. You know what I'm saying? So it was just crazy, man. It did all of these killers and all of these personalities and attitudes was in one confined environment, man. And then we indulging in, you know, deadly games. So, you know, it's just wild, man. When I think about it now back in my head, all the actual danger that, you know what I'm saying, I was actually in every day. But at the same time, while I was amongst it, I was a part of it, and I was living like I was bulletproof, or living like, okay, well, if anything come my way, then I already know, you know what I'm saying, you know, what I got to do, period, you know. But had I not been involved in those type of things, I probably still, you know, it wouldn't have changed my environment. I'd still been in that environment, but at the same time, by me being involved in the things I was involved with, I was putting myself in even more harm's way. But I was young, I was a hard-headed man, and I was really unaware, you know, and I really didn't care at the time. You know, I just knew in my mind, whatever came down to me, I just knew what I was gonna do, you know. But I can remember, man, like I say, Cake getting in a couple of little altercations where he got to arguing with people. Most of the time it was about some gambling, or either maybe about the phone or something like that. And he pulled that thing out, man, and usually when you pull that thing out, you're supposed to use it. But Cake was known for pulling it out and letting somebody know he will use it. Now, it was a little different circumstances with him because, like I say, if you pull it out, you're supposed to use it because the dude might come back and creep on you. But like I say, with him, he already put that work in. Plus, he hung with killers. All the dudes that was his partners at the time was killers. So if you deal with him, or if you did do something with him, or you did have beef with him, he definitely had his own reputation, but he definitely had people that roll with him too, and all them dudes was killers. You know, he was cool with Pinky. He was in the power with Pinky. I know him and Pinky was cool. Wink Wink was a little dangerous. You know, he got Bo messed with him real hard. Him and Bo was good friends. George Lee Flight, you know, he was good friends. Where it was George Lee had a body too that he, you know, technically got away with in the system. You know, was blamed for, but ended up beating the charge. So you got to deal with all these dudes. Shorty Pimp. Shorty Pimp was a go hard little dude. I mean, go hard to the bone. And all these dudes was cool with Cake. So if you had a beef with Cake, you 9 times out of 10 you was gonna have beef with these dudes as well. You know, especially if it was on the level where it's gonna be some Bethlehem play. So, you know, like I say, the respect was given in there, and a lot of dudes in there understood that, man. The bar was understood. But like I say, Cake could get mad at the drop of a dime, man, and he get to spitting out them profanities and insults like it won't nothing, you know, and he ain't care if you like it or not. That's how he was gonna talk to you when the push came to shove. Now at this time, I got cool with this dude, you know, named Graham, man. He was out of Roanoke, man. Salute to Graham, Hitman. Getting boxed real good. They called him Hitman because he had a fight game like Tommy Hearns, you know, from the Motor City. Me and Graham got real cool, and like I told you, when I'm on the compound, I'm usually not real cool with a whole lot of people. I have a select few, 1, 2, if that many friends that I really shown up rock with. And at the time, me and Grandma got cool. We had the boxing in common. We was in the block together. We used to kick it. Block, Southside Block was in the block with us. I was cool with Block. Me and Block went way back to our Augusta days. And this was when Block was returning to prison after he got out and went out there and caught another body. After he got pardoned from a body, he come back with another body. This is when we was in the block together here on Mecklenburg. So I'm in there with Block. He ultra crazy, you know, ain't to be played with under no circumstances. But I was cool with him. But my day-to-day dudes that I really was rocking with at the time was Graham. And then we had this old fool, absolute fool named DP, Dexter Purr. Now, that's how prison is, man. You get cool with somebody then you know you cool with him. Your relationship is your relationship with him. Now I got cool with him because he was cool with Graham, you know. But at the same time, man, it ain't no other way. DP just was pure uncut larceny, man. I mean, he would lie, steal, con. He always was in messed up situations because of the way he was living. You know, he liked to get high every now and then. He liked to gamble. Ain't never had no money. He was from Texas, so ain't nobody was really sending no money. He had already been down here for a while. At the time, he was locked up longer than me. All of these cats was locked up longer than me at the time. I'm fresh in my bit. You know, we were talking about the early 90s. I just come in the penitentiary in 87. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about 87, 88, 89, 90. You talking I'm in the penitentiary less than 3.5 years. So DP, man, I got cool with him, man, and cause he was a funny dude. His personality and everything like that was cool because he was a real funny dude. But like I say, he did cruddy stuff. And me and Graham used to always be on him, man. Why you always doing stupid stuff, man? You on, yeah, man, I know, man. I messed up, man. And he always sniffed. I don't know if that was from his habits or whatever, but like, I'm going to get it right, man. God dang, I messed up, man. I'm going to get it right, though, man. You know what I'm saying? You know I ain't trying to get y'all in no situation. That was his whole spiel all the time. He always got an excuse for doing something stupid. He owed somebody some money for a stove box. They wanted, you know what I'm saying, get at him. He won't no punk. You know, he gonna rumble and everything. Had decent size on him. Even though he did what he did, he always worked out. You always caught him doing push-ups. He had a nice little size on him. He will fight. He will do what he got to do, but he ain't no killer. He ain't like, you know, he just gonna go hard. You got to push it at him for him to respond, right? But like I said, truth be told, 9 times out of 10, if he had a problem, it was something that he did wrong, man. He just was that type of dude. But at the same time, you already affiliated with him. I'm affiliated with him. Graham affiliated with him. So if he had a problem, that's just the loyalty in prison. Whether he was right or wrong or cruddy, then it's up to you to roll with him. If you don't roll with him, you're going to be looked at in a particular type of way, like you ain't got no loyalty or you don't really rock with him, or like, oh, you with him every day, but now when he got beef, you ain't with it. So it would kind of make you look weak in a sense, you know. So Graham understood this. I understood this when we was dealing with him, that we was dealing with a loose cannon, man. That at any time we might be into some type of foolishness. That's why we always stayed on him and told him, DP, don't be going out here doing stupid stuff, man, because ain't nobody got time to be beefing for you. You know what I'm saying? And then like I told y'all on Mecklenburg, a beef is a beef. You know, a beef is a beef. So I can remember, man, one time, man, this cat, he done went out there and borrowed some money, trying to play poker, which he don't know how to play, lost money, old dude's money, trying to pay him back, can't pay him back. He get in a poker game, he tell Kate, to loan him some money till he get upstairs. And he got him. We sleep right beside each other. So Kate done told him, DP, don't play with my money, man. If you ain't got this money, don't get this money. I'm telling you now. I got the money, Kate, man. You know I ain't gonna play with your money, man. I got the money, man. He thinking he gonna win and he'll be able to give it right back to me for a record. Didn't happen that way. He lost the money. He couldn't pay Kate back. When he got upstairs, he started selling Kate all these stores. Look, no, I thought I had it up here, Cake, man, but you know I ain't got it, but I'm a little commissary in 2 days. I'm going to give you the money, man. Cake said, man, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. You think I'm a sucker. You trying to play me. You know who I am. Don't play at me like that, DP. Go get my money. No, man, I ain't got it, man. I'm telling you, though, but it's good, Cake. You know it's good. We know each other for so long, man. You know the money good. Man, Cake hauled off and slapped him. Bam! You know. Now, I wasn't out there at the time. Graham wasn't out there at the time, but he slapped him. You know what I'm saying? Man, you better get my money. So when he slapped him, DP go to respond. So when DP go to respond, Cake pull that thing out. Man, you want this man 10? You want this man 10? Man, DP was in a world of trouble.
The bacon special. Yeah. Pure delicious. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.